and then the man inches forward, his face expressionless as he closes the gap between him and his victim. His hand slides away from his side, his fingers inches from the cleft of her bottom. Fran's spine straightens. "Don't you dare," she thinks as the train slows, approaching the next station. "Don't you bloody dare." The man dares. The young woman gasps in shock and tries to escape the probing fingers, but there's nowhere to go. She is pinned on all sides by armpits, knees and hips. A smirk settles on the man's lips, and Fran's rage erupts. She reaches out, thumb and forefinger extended, and grabs as much of his backside as she can. Then she twists. Hard. The man jolts, rising up on the toes of his shiny black shoes. Then he snaps round and glares accusingly down at her. "I believe this is your stop," Fran says, as the doors open. The man grimaces. He's torn between leaving the carriage and responding to Fran. The young woman he groped is no longer in the aisle. She's moved into the belly of the train. Her eyes meet Fran's. Other than a woman in a hijab and a couple of teenage boys, they are now alone in the carriage with the grey-haired pervert. An urgent beeping fills the space. The doors are about to close. "Ugly bulldyke!" the man shouts at Fran. Seconds later, he's gone. There's confusion as Fran moves down the carriage towards the young woman, and the young woman heads towards her. "Did you see? Are you okay? What happened?" "He's gone." "What did you say to him? I'm so sorry." There's an awkward pause as they wait for each other to finish. "Stella." The younger woman holds out her hand. "Whatever you just said or did, thank you." There's a northern tinge to her accent that Fran can't quite place. Leeds or Sheffield, maybe. "Fran Fitzgerald." She returns the handshake. Now the adrenaline's worn off, she is desperate for the toilet again. "It's a hate crime, you know," Stella says. "What he called you." Fran tuts. "To men like that, we're either sluts or lesbians. Limited vocabulary. Tiny brains that match their tiny penises. And as he didn't want to ram his hand between my legs, that makes me a..." She pauses as she registers the expression on the other woman's face. "I'm not saying you're the slut. Not in any way, shape or form. You're no more a slut than I am a lesbian, and..." She takes a deep breath. "I'm sorry. I'm not expressing myself very well. It's been a long day and..." No, I get what you're saying. He's the dick." "Good, because..." Fran shrugs off the rest of her sentence. Stella doesn't need to know that she's been reprimanded several times at work for saying something tactless to another member of staff. She doesn't mean the words to come out the way they do, but she can't always stop herself. She does try, though. "Yes, Francis." She hears her mother's voice in her head. "You are very trying." "Because..." Fran repeats, distracted by her reflection in the mirrored doors. She looks small and round and old. How did that happen? "Because what happened wasn't your fault. As I said, the man's a deviant, and I would be more than happy to get off at your stop and report what happened to a member of the TFL staff, or the police." As she looks back at Stella, she is surprised to discover she's grinning. "What?" Fran asks. "What did I say?" "Nothing. It's refreshing. You're refreshing." Fran's not entirely sure she wants to know what that means, so she doesn't question her further. Instead, she asks Stella where she's getting off and offers to accompany her to the nearest police station. "West Hampstead." Stella glances at the huge bag of books that Fran has left on her seat. "And that's really kind of you, but I think you can report this sort of thing online. Can I take your number anyway, just in case the police need to speak to you?" "Of course." Fran rummages in her bag for a piece of paper and a pen, and scribbles down her mobile number and full name. "Do you have family? At home? Can you get there safely?" Her throat tightens as she imagines Stella stepping out of the tube station and vanishing, never to be seen again. It happens. She knows that well enough.